Florida's red flag law was created in the aftermath of the Parkland massacre. It allows law enforcement to take guns away from someone that they believe is dangerous.
In the nearly 2 years since it's passed, other states have followed in our footsteps. Contact 5 investigator Maris Badcock wanted to know, are local agencies using it? Is it working? And how often are judges giving the okay?
Possible shots fired. 1200 building.
With gun rights and mental health.
Enough is enough!
In the crosshairs of a national debate.
And raise the age to purchase a gun from 18 to 21.
Florida joined a handful of states in March 2018 and passed a red flag law aimed at keeping guns away from dangerous people. Before the law was passed, if someone was a danger to themselves or society and hadn't yet been charged with a crime, law enforcement couldn't take away their weapons, at least not without a restraining order. Now, they can, as long as a judge agrees to one of these, a risk protection order.
That's really what it does. It's kind of like a breather for everybody to step back, assess the situation.
Adam Fetterman is general counsel for the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office.
We had one situation. We had a drug addict, heroin, MDMA, and flocka into his system, found him literally covered in blood.
He's filed 33 risk protection orders under Florida's red flag law.
An elderly man in urine-soaked pajamas, and he's carrying around a loaded Glock pistol in his hand.
All 33 were granted.
And I had another situation also with an elderly gentleman. There was a domestic violence issue. He did not want to give up his firearms. His wife was in fear, literally in fear of her life and safety.
Fetterman isn't the only one with a high success rate. Contact 5 found out of the 90 risk protection orders filed in Palm Beach County, 83 were granted. That's 92%, compared to 20% of restraining orders granted from 2015 to 2017.
You aren't always dealing with sane individuals. And if they have access to weapons, that is a very significant danger for society and for that individual victim.
Attorney Stephanie Cagnett-Myron represents domestic violence survivors, oftentimes helping them file restraining orders. But a judge can take 2 weeks before deciding whether or not to grant one.
And in that period of time, who knows what can happen?
While survivors wait, aggressors can still access weapons.
That's where the risk protection orders from law enforcement, and if they're granted that risk protection order, they can immediately seize the weapons and make sure that the victims in society are protected.
Since March 2018 to the end of last year, 90 risk protection orders were filed in Palm Beach County, 40 in Martin County, 40 in Indian River County, 4 in Okeechobee County, and 107 in St. Lucie County. During that same time, more than 3,500 RPOs were filed across the state. That's more than 5 risk protection orders a day. But Fetterman is quick to point out this tool shouldn't be abused.
These are not being used in a manner just to willy-nilly take people's rights away. No one in law enforcement is so Pollyannish or naive as to think that this is the only solution or that it's a perfect one. But it is one of the solutions that I believe will allow us to save numerous lives.
When a risk protection order is granted, guns are either turned over to law enforcement or a family member. It also keeps a person from buying new weapons and shows up on a national database. People can petition to get their guns back before the year is up if they have a clean bill of health from a licensed psychiatrist. I'm Maris Badcock, WPTV News Channel 5.